Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel all about VLSI. In our today's podcast, we have Dr. Kishore Sonti, who is working as Pro Vice Chancellor for Japaya University from Chennai. And yeah, welcome to our today's podcast, and thank you very much for accepting my invite.
Yes, Mr. Gaurav, thank you. Yes, I'm indeed happy to be as a part of your podcast.
Thank you, sir. And before going to start with this podcast, I wanted to address one small thing. Uh, like when I was studying in second year, you have came to our class for giving a guest lecture, uh, on a topic which is basically on choosing our path, like whether to choose IT or whether to choose core VLSA. So that was a very first lecture which has entirely shaped my path till now, and I wanted to address it. And thank you so much for that particular session, sir. Explain like what exactly your journey was to becoming up to a pro vice chancellor, and what were your major research area and all, if you can share with our audience.
Yeah, I'm a multidisciplinary researcher. I do research on AI, microelectronics, psychology, and neuromorphic systems, and also Vedic mathematics, a bit of IoT. So these are my expert areas, and apart from that, yes, I strongly believe that passion is something which is a major ingredient for any kind of research. And the observation skill is the induction point of the research thought process in any human. So I always love to see such kind of observational capacity among the researchers. That then only comes the methodology as well as the experimental infrastructure that you have and exposure to the other research community, the kind of exhaustive literature survey you do will make your research more reproducible and productive. Otherwise, yes, if you have passion, yes, you are a right candidate to take any kind of task in the life.
Great. And I wanted to ask this one question, like nowadays, like in my friends group and all, most of the people, we after completing BTech, we want to get a job for sure, and rarely people enter into research area and do higher studies and all. So what do you think, what exactly lagging? Is it lack of information, or is it lack of interest, or what is exactly that is driving them into only jobs?
There are two ways of choosing the life. Like one is yes, living for oneself and living for one good cause. Right. Living for oneself, I don't wish to address now because everybody lives in that way. But living for one good cause, whether it is a social service, whether it is entrepreneurship, making our Bharat great again, or whether it is research, the pure research, the intrinsic thought, requires some kind of selflessness. Life is full of trade off. You can't have everything as a full plate meal. So
Yes.
you need to go for trade offs in life, right? If you want something, definitely you must be ready for the sacrifices. The research career is one such path where you have your scintillations in your journey.
Yes.
Definitely on the way, laurels on the way, satisfaction on the way, but everything unfolds over a period of time. And you can't expect any instant solutions in your research path. So that is where it is becoming, I believe that, less lucrative for youngsters, some of the youngsters, where you have instant starts in other careers.
Yes.
That is where the majority of the youngsters are not taking to some extent as a choice. But the trend is changing, and you can see even this research arena is also flourishing a lot nowadays.
Coming to second years and third years perspective, like many has this kind of doubt, like what kind of project they should do in their BTech life. Like what's your suggestion for choosing a project? Because uh, even me, I was when studying second year and third year, I was confused like which to choose, like image processing or neural network. Like what's your opinion on it?
I always say to the students that what kind of questions with which you are living. Your questions only will take you to the desired destinations. Right? You must be able to ask certain questions like what kind of work you are interested to do. It's not that how fast it gets completed, or it's not that how many marks it is going to give you, how quick it is. So instead of that, if your questions are in right direction, that yes, what kind of social problem that my project work is going to solve, where it actually takes me after 6 months, after 1 year, or if it is a major project, maybe after 1.5 year. So certain kind of questions only will make the students are more productive in their project work, rather than taping it out as a homework or assignment. So that it always matters that what kind of questions you are asking to your professors. Right?
Yes.
Every professor has got some certain problems, statements. If your approach is right, the professor will give you the necessary inputs to take up a good challenge that may change your lives. I have seen some student careers got shifted tremendously well after completing the project work. And in some of the project works have given their jobs also, right?
Yes.
That is the potential. That is how engineering student is different from other streams.
Exactly.
That how you celebrate your project, the way you are going to celebrate your life.
Exactly. And I also do have this kind of question like using our final year project or the major project, like how to shape it to become a startup kind of journey. Like, is there any advice you wanted to give?
It's a very good question, Mr. Gaurav. Like today's startup, the gig economy, everything is picking up very fast. Having an aspiration that your engineering project or final year project, not necessarily engineering, maybe arts and science, if it has to be converted into a startup, you must have a vision, right? As an youngster, you should have a vision. As I told earlier, you must be ready to solve the pain point of the society and then make it as an innovative product. And then, if you are able to convert it into a business model and patent it before doing that, nobody can stop you starting a good startup.
Yes,
But always the gestation period tests you,
exactly.
particularly in startups. The gestation period will test you certainly. And you need a proper kind of mentorship in this journey. That is where we have campuses, housing incubation centers, and government of India are giving a lot of support system with a lot of mentors at state level, national level, hackathons. So always have an eye that it's not necessarily that engineering project alone can be converted into startup. It can be any project that you take up during the course of graduation is having the equal feasibility to get converted into startup, provided if it possesses some kind of uniqueness in problem solving, or if it can give a unique solution
Hmm.
so that society can take it up. So you must do your market survey properly before launching a startup.
And how important is MBA? Like generally, people think of doing MBA or higher studies for getting into or before establishing a business. Like, what's your take on it?
So I don't say that don't do MBA or do MBA, because everything should happen very organically as per your interests,
Yes.
career interests, right? Definitely, any management program do helps to some extent when you are going for any kind of administration at organization level. But there are many life stories where, without an MBA, also people have done wonders while running the organizations. So there is no thumb rule or mandatory line where you have to complete the post graduation program in management studies to be a successful entrepreneur. It is not so.
Hmm.
But if your passion is driving you, yes, I don't stop. It is very good. You can always do that.
And one more query is like people have this kind of mindset of knowing everything before starting any particular thing. If I want to have a startup, I should know completely from A to from all basics to advanced things. Is it like that, or during the process we can have the learning, or what kind of path do you suggest?
It is as simple as it is, as Gen Zs and Gen Alphas can understand this much better. If you want to take a movie, right, as a YouTuber, you always have two ways. One is just go and improvise the scene or the sets and do it out, right? Enjoy that process. That is one way of getting the success in movies. But there is other way too, which is a very standard way. Have a bounded script, keep your head straight, and you must be aware of what you are doing and where you are heading to. That is the second way, and second way is always good,
Mm.
where in which it tells you that you have a clarity of planning and implementation. So always it is better to weigh, because in the entrepreneurial journey or startup journey, as I told in my last answer, that market research is very very important,
Exactly.
right? Defining a problem and doing a basic market research is very important, and having an idea about your journey ahead for at least next 5 years is always good to possess in the mind, and have good team with you before you are actually launching it up. And expertise and scalability are the two elements always have a scope over a period of time. But there are certain things where if you're not fixing at the front, journey may not be quite enjoyable.
And coming to the people who are studying for getting placed into companies, like what should be the mindset of a student who is sitting in the interview? Like many people get nervous when during the interviews. Like, what's your suggestion on for getting for cracking those interviews?
From last 2 decades, I have been saying this to student community. Always be honest in any interview,
Hmm.
whether it is an IT company interview or whether it is a civil services interview. Honesty should be the guiding principle when
Exactly.
you are facing your interviews, right? And whatever you are putting in your interview presentation, if you are giving a presentation or a CV for that matter, resume, ensure that everything that you put there is real and you have done it really, and that is the biggest weapon, right? So that particular integrity in presenting yourself will definitely make you as a good prospect in cracking any level of interview. Without that, yes, every interview will teach you a very good experience.
Exactly. And coming to preparation of interviews, like when we were in college, like we have library access and all, there were a vast number of books, like so many number of authors and present. Like we were used to confess like which kind of author or which kind of book to select and study for that. So what's your take on it, and how to choose a book and how to choose an author for understanding a particular concept?
I am very happy to listen this question, Mr. Gaurav. Like from your question, I do wonder that whether still the youngsters are reading the book in black and white.
Yeah. So we are fed up with digital screen reading. I am personally fed up with digital screen reading.
Yeah, it's good to know that. But I don't think like right now when we are talking, I don't think there is a major chunk of people who are going for, because yesterday also I have been there in Kolkata.
Mhm.
I was talking to one central library in charge, the librarian. The librarian also expressing the same thought, like, so the footfall is bit low, is something worrying. And sometimes for digital library, yes, it's always
Mm.
crowded. So, if the students are getting back the students to book reading is one major task that all the institutions across the globe, for that matter, are working on. And if students are ready to read it from black and white, I always encourage that, because that is a very good habit, very good habit. Anything you read from the book, um, first page to last page, if you have the patience,
Yes.
it definitely makes you a better person. No matter of what kind of book you are reading, whether it is something related to aptitude or career guidance, personality development. And I recommend all the youngsters to read more about autobiographies.
Yes.
Right, each autobiography is a life lesson that helps you out. But definitely, we have some standard books in the market for different set of interviews, and you make a list of the books before you start the preparation, and have the books with you, or you can learn from the library. You can go and spend some hours in the library, and there that is always a very good start to go with.
Yeah. Like during our preparation, nowadays, if I want to switch my job or if I want to crack any particular interview, we now we should study, but during this mobile phone era and social media era, we get so much distracted. Like we study for 30 minutes and we scroll for 2 hours. So what's your suggestion to avoid that particular kind of distraction and to keep focus?
Keep focus. That's the answer is there in your question.
Yeah,
Keep focus, because let the focus be the locus of your life, right? If you have that element, that element of focus with you, nothing can distract you. Because as we have been listening from our school days, that necessity is the mother of invention,
exactly.
right? Even I listened in my school days that I read many times in the walls of my classrooms. Necessity is the mother of invention. Health is wealth. There are standard quotes which we have seen and grown up. So, but the importance of those lines I understood when the life starts telling me many things. And yes, definitely, humans or man for that matter will not do anything till they found it as a necessity. That is a tendency, right? So if you strongly feel from bottom of the heart that yes, I want to achieve this, and that is the driving element. Once if you have that identification of your own goal very clearly, nothing distracts you, because whether you have mobile phone, social media, or somebody is dancing before you in an auditorium, if you are having the single-minded focus, right, nothing will distract you.
Yeah,
So
that's
identifying
correct.
your own potential and target is very important.
Exactly. Yeah. And coming to career selection, like during in second year and first year, me personally, I was very confused, like what to select. I don't know. I was concentrating on getting good marks. That's it. I am not worrying about what I should be doing at least after 5 years. But in second year, due to your guidance, I got a clarity that I should enter into VLSA or core domain. Like how a person should select his or her career, like should they enter into embedded or should they enter into VLSA, or what kind of career they should choose, and what are the factors for choosing the career. If they are EC students, we are focusing upon more on EC students.
So your question is more related to electronic students,
Exactly.
right? So yeah, it's really a good question, because I could see a different trend among circuit branches, and particularly electronic students taking up the other domains jobs as career options, instead of taking core companies into their choices. That is because of the lacuna we have in the fundamentals, right? Always they do take this electronics course. Most of them do take this electronics course with less interest than less passion, and there is a compulsion behind it. Just because I've not got computer science, I've chosen electronics. These cases are many,
Yeah.
right? When you go to the first year classroom and take a simple survey, they say that, oh, my parents told me, okay, after CSE, EC is the best option, go for it, right? But I've chosen electronics course without any passion towards it or without any idea towards it. And for 1.5 years, it goes just by wandering of thoughts in the classrooms that what I'm going to do here. This is the question. So this is what I observed whenever I speak to students in various forums. So this takes away the golden period of 1.5 year from 4 years. So rest you have only another 2.5 years and goes with exams and all. So when a student comes out of the graduation, the hard fact is the kind of skill set that is required for the industry job, industry career in pure electronics domain is definitely missing, right? So that is where the student and the last fag end of the engineering graduation, finding it really with a self doubt that whether I'm ready for a core company job and switching the minds to other domains.
Exactly.
This is a truth that is happening in most of the campuses, with some exceptions here and there. So to fix that, yes, institutions started trying to address this issue from last 1 decade or so, but still there must be a very good framework, and the professors have to play a major role in making the students focused. And probably during the induction stage, everything must be very clear to them that what are the prospects. Before you teach a topic, you must give an awareness to the student that what kind of industry jobs this topic will get you, right? Right application of the concept from the topic will lead you to fetch an industrial job, will definitely kindles the interest of the student towards the core company options.
Yeah. So my question was next. Next, that was my question actually. Like, what's the role of a professor shaping the mind of a student? Because nowadays many are getting passed out and getting trained from here and there. So, what's your take on it? Like during the college itself, how a student can get himself capable for industry?
Yeah, that's it. That is what, as I mentioned in the last answer. Now, the role of teacher is not just stopped with giving some instruction and completing the syllabus, right? It is more beyond that, because the variety of jobs you are seeing in the market today were not there a decade before. And for every decade and 2 decades, the job market dimensions do change. It is very natural. So, in classrooms, the faculty should play a role. Perhaps you call these days as a mentor, which is much better expression than just teacher
Yes.
or a faculty. So they have to mentor their careers, and not just by completing the topics unit wise. And you should delegate, as you remember that always in our classes we always leave last 10 minutes for some kind of
Exactly.
special interaction.
Yes.
So that kind of small adjustments here and there. There's a huge role of mentors in the universities, engineering colleges. Is there now, prevalent now, where in which the future of the next generation society is there in their hands. So faculty induction program is also very important. I was telling in the other day in the Kolkata, a seminar by NATTR. I was giving this particular point in the panel discussion that perhaps a very productive faculty induction program when a faculty joins in a college, to tell them very clearly about what kind of role they have to play when they enter into the classroom is paramount these days. So that is how we can make the mentors, or mentoring mentors is a very important step today.
Exactly. And my final question is like, what's your take on AI taking our jobs, mainly the core jobs? Because people have this doubt that what's coming in future, what's the role of AI?
See, this is one a big myth that happens now and then when there is a disruptive technology in the market. Like this is not very new. Like when Industry 1.0, when the mechanical revolution and evolution took place, always had this kind of myths and fears. And even very recently, when computers enter into our offices, there's a huge campaign, more bigger than now what you are seeing about AI, that the computers will take away the jobs. But the computers have created enormous amount of jobs, and all the youngsters like you are making a very good career out of them. It's not like that. So any technology will offer you both sides, right? And AI also and its implications in different fields for job creation is highly potential. But as I mentioned once again, because just I'm coming from a summit on AI leadership
Oh,
once again in yesterday, day before yesterday in Kolkata, we were addressing the same thing, like the ethical awareness about usage of technologies like AI is very, very important. And that is the other side of it. But as a job creation is concerned, yes, nobody can take your job away if you are really competent enough, right? It is not AI that is going to take your job. Your AI is going to take your job. In that, first A is attitude, and second I is
intellect.
intellect. So you also have an AI inside you. AI is attitude, I is intellect. If you have both of them, no AI or other other technology can take your job away. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for your valuable time and valuable insights. I've gained so many insights, and hope our audience are going to get more insights from this particular podcast. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav. Thank you for calling me.